Horse people. Got any horse people out there? Well, I can tell you for sure that fishermen are just like horse people. You get 4 or 5 fishermen around the table, or 4 or 5 horsemen around the table, and there'll be some lying and some bragging going on. I promise you that. This kind of has to do with the bragging on the horses. You know, tales of good cow ponies in our country abound. Distinguishing truth from fiction sometimes tough, I found. Now, good horses are made by good men as a rule. I've got a tale to tell you, so y'all drag up a stool. You see, old John could sure brag about his roping ace. He said none could compare when he was giving chase. He said old Banjo can follow a rabbit right into his lair and squirt out the other side without mussing your hair. Now, I had occasion to witness such deeds. 'Twas early a fall morn while gathering steeds. John was behind him, pushing him down when this rabbit cut loose. He's a gathering ground. Now, this may sound strange, but I'll assure you they're facts. Old Banjo fell in. He's knocking out the hare's tracks. The rabbit's sly like a fox and quick like a cricket, so he ducks off to the right into a sandplum thicket. Well, into that thicket, Banjo plunged like a deer, and old John lost his rein, so he couldn't steer. The plum bush thorns was as sharp as a knife. Old John was beginning to fear for his life. Then bugs cut a trail out into the wide open prairie, and the sight that befell me was truly quite scary. John's clothes was all gone except for his old Stetson hat, but Banjo wasn't quitting, I'll assure you of that. Now, bugs, being agile, led most of the time. Banjo was on his tail till John gathered his lines. Battered and bruised, blood running red, then they slid to a stop right there in the riverbed. But, well, off to the north, they'd spooked a buck deer. I guess Banjo figured it was a yearling steer. 0 to 50 in 6 seconds flat. John was sitting there naked, but for his old crumpled hat. And the deer hit the ground just as light as a feather, and Banjo was behind him, John still grabbing leather. But the wind in John's face upturned his hat brim. I guess John hadn't noticed that underslung limb. Now, don't get ahead of me. The thud was as deafening as a rifle shot, and I never seen such a whooping as the one John got. He lit flat on his back right there in the prickly pear, and I just know John was dead till I heard him swear. Then relief and elation was the feeling I had, because John's close as it got to being my dad. But had he not revived, we'd have buried him down south, because the thought was sure sickening of mouth to mouth. As for Banjo, his pony, his tracking is fair. He'd track rabbit and deer without mussing John's hair. Not one hair out of place, so the gospel John had been telling. You see, when John tips his hat, he's just as slick as a melon.